Hello, everyone. My name is Ina Miller, and I'm the Executive Director for the Louisville Youth Philanthropy Council. And we are currently recruiting students for our program year that'll begin in August. So I wanted to kind of walk you through a quick video on who we are, what we do, and how you can get involved. So here we go. Basically, we teach philanthropy to high school students, and philanthropy is a really great vehicle to make impact in your community. It gives you the opportunity to learn about the issues that we're facing, and it gives you the opportunity to see how you can be a part of some of the solutions. So philanthropy is very important to the United States. It is part of our economy. It's how we function. You have the government, private sector, and then the nonprofit sector, and we all work together in order to solve issues. And so philanthropy plays a very big role in how our economy and our country functions. So what issues do you think that we need to have attention to in our city? Well, over the years, we've had everything from those that issues that are impacting the elderly to environmental to domestic violence. There's a variety of issues that the LYPC has been able to help solve and be a part of the solution. So our goals for the LYPC, we really think that civic engagement's a big part of what we do and how we can get involved in our community and how important it is to be a part of that. We also kind of build, character in our students. So we teach leadership, we teach presentation skills, things that you'll use further in life. And then of course, the knowledge that you'll gain from what we do is incredibly important, and regardless of whether your work continues into the nonprofit sector or not, you do get to understand how it works and why it is so important and how you can use it as a vehicle to empower and support the issues that you find important as well. So we are going to hear from a student about who we are.
Every student who has been honored with a place on the Louisville Youth Philanthropy Council had to go through an application process. This included a short prompted essay and a live interview through Zoom. Successful applicants must exhibit a willingness to learn, commitment to the work, and above all, a passion for service towards others. This is an amazing group of students, and our time together included lots of laughs and learning about one another. We spent 16 classes for 2.5 hours together on Saturdays, from August through March, ending with a banquet that celebrates the council's successes over the year. I decided to join LYPC because my sister's friend from high school had always talked about how much she loved it, and she ended up becoming one of the facilitators for the LYPC this year. Being the only freshman on the council had been a little intimidating at first, but I'm so glad I was able to be part of such an awesome experience through such a weird time. I hope to see more underclassmen take the initiative to join this wonderful team in future years, because I know I'm really glad I took that first step.
In LYPC, we learn how to become grant makers. A grant is a way of investing money in the community. Each LYPC team gets $5,000 to invest. We had 3 teams this year, and each team worked together to determine which community issue they would like to focus on. That issue becomes the team's mission. Our goal is to then figure out which nonprofit organizations in Louisville are doing work in that mission area. We interview these organizations, and we even go on site visits. This year, the site visits were virtual. Once we understand the programs, we evaluate them using a selection criteria that each team defines. We then use the criteria to decide which one would be the best place to invest our $5,000 grant money. Another fun thing we get to do is visit the grantees from last year's class to evaluate how well those grants worked out. But it's not all about the grants. We also network with business and community leaders who come to our classes to keep us informed and interact with us.
You've already heard about some of the amazing things that LYPC has accomplished. The 3 teams in this year's class will be adding $15,000 to the total amount granted to local nonprofits. This makes a total of $265,000 granted since LYPC started. We currently have 8 students in the University of Louisville's College Credit Program this year, where students can each earn up to 3 hours of transferable college credit in Business Management 101. LYPC students also participated in Ask Presentation training, which is when students go to potential donors and ask for funding for next year's class. It's a great way to be on both sides of the table. We learn how to properly ask for funding, while at the same time, we are learning how to give grants to invest in the community. In the past 5 years, Student Ask Presentations has raised over 50% of LYPC's operating budget. This is why I'm proud to be a part of LYPC.
So you got to hear directly from some of our students in this past class about kind of how the program works and what they do and kind of why they joined. And, as you can see, you learn a lot, you gain a lot. It's a ton of fun. So what LIPC does, so we introduce philanthropy to high school students. We empower you to make all the choices in this program. We simply are there to make sure that the choices you make are within the legal parameters of how grant money can be given. And it really allows you to make the direct impact into the community. So it's a hands-on learning experience. We do teach leadership skills. We do empower you to have a voice, to use your voice, and if you're interested in becoming leaders, we are here to help that. Of course, we connect you to the issues that our community is facing. You get to learn directly from organizations doing the work in this community what they're facing and what they need to overcome it. And then we do bring speakers throughout the classes from different backgrounds that are engaged in philanthropy in many different ways. And so you can learn from them, and they're all local, and it's a really neat way for you to network as well. And then, of course, we're creating civic engagement. And as Ella said, over the past 14 years, the Louisville Youth Philanthropy Council has given $265,000 to local nonprofits. So I think that is a huge, huge impact. This is kind of some information about the past. So for example, on the first day of class, you're going to be in a team, and your team has to create a mission. So in 2013 and 14, our two teams, one worked in poverty and one worked with mental health and youth. And you can see they granted the Passion Punch supported Family Scholar House, and they empowered those that were in poverty through healthy meals and education, which is wonderful. And then Team American Dream, they actually split their money and they gave to Our Lady of Peace. They had an equine program, so they worked with horses and those experiencing mental health issues. And then art therapy at 7 counties. So they were really supporting the therapies that go into the mental health. Here's some more former classes. So Best Self, they worked with drug addiction, and they chose Choose Well Communities. And the New Toulouse were supporting immigrants and refugees in our community. And so they actually ended up splitting their money 3 different ways. They supported Doors to Hope, the Jewish Family and Career Services, and the Kentucky Refugee Ministries. So all good causes, all good organizations. So eligibility. So basically the LYPC is open to any high school student, 9th through 12th grade, in any public, private, parochial school in Jefferson County and any of the contiguous counties. We've had students from Oldham County, we've had students from Bullitt County. All we are looking for is those that are passionate about getting involved in civic engagement and learning how to do that. It is absolutely free. There is no cost to what we do. And again, we just look for commitment and passion. Our classes take place on Saturdays, and they fall between August and March. There's only 16, so it's not every Saturday. And we meet from 11 to 1:30, and lunch is always provided, which is a favorite aspect for many of our students. We do conclude our program here in March with a dinner. And this is where the students present their awards to the nonprofits that they worked with and chose to give their money to. So that's kind of a little bit of facts. So again, there's a lot of benefits that we feel the LYPC allows. And it really, the biggest thing for me is that you all are empowered. The high school students that are in this program are empowered to make a difference. And we're teaching you how to do it. And it's something that you can take on and use the rest of your life. And I think it's really important that you all feel that empowerment at this age. So applications can be completed online at www.lypc.org. They are due June 30th. And from there, we will do a interview process. So we will receive your application, we'll notify you, and then we'll go through a process. So I know we're not live today, so there probably isn't any questions, but the last thing I want to talk about is we do offer college credit in our program. So you can earn 3 hours of Business Management 101, and it's through the University of Louisville. Our partnership is with U of L, but it's transferable to any college or university across the nation. So basically, this is the University of Louisville sees this program as something that is already college level, but in order to earn those 3 hours of college credit, there are some additional work pieces that you do, journals after class, there's a book to read with a paper to write, and then we do have a couple of things, sometimes podcasts, articles, and then a final interview with our liaison at U of L, Dr. Nat Irvin. So it's absolutely wonderful. And eligible students are legacy students, so students that have been in our program before, or seniors. So if you're going to be a senior this fall and joining LYPC, you are eligible to be a part of our college credit. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time today. And we hope that you will visit our website, www.lypc.org, and apply today. Thank you.